Namaste friends, and welcome to our flexibility yoga flow for advanced yogis. We're going to begin today in 4-point kneeling tabletop pose. Inhale, look forward and drop the belly towards the mat. Exhale, round the spine up, chin into the chest. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose for 2. Exhale, back. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4, round the spine up. Exhale, drop the belly down. Inhale for 5, wave the spine forward. Exhale, drop the belly down. Inhale for 6. Exhale. Inhale for 7 and exhale. Inhale for 8. Exhale, drop the belly down. Now this time when we come forward, we're going to allow the hips to drop down to the mat and come into Cobra pose. Just hold here, opening through the chest and the lower back. Keep the gaze ahead, thighs pressed onto the mat. Hold for just another moment, a deep inhale and a deep exhale here. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes under and push the tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. Once you meet me here, we're just going to hold, elongating through the spine and the neck, dropping the shoulders away from the ears and pressing the belly towards the thighs. Maybe walk out this downward facing dog to find some mobility. Then we're going to inhale, 3-legged dog on the right side, lifting the leg to the sky. Exhale, step the foot to the right side of the mat, coming into lizard pose. Left knee comes down. Roll the right foot onto the side, pushing the knee away with your right hand. Hold here for a few moments, finding a deep opening in the hips and inner thighs. Then come down onto your forearms, keeping that foot on the side and getting a little bit deeper into the hips. Hold here for a few moments, taking those deep inhales and exhales. Make your way back up onto your hands when you're ready and roll that foot back onto the sole. With the right hand, we're going to reach back for the left foot, drawing the heel towards the glute, taking a quad stretch here on the left leg. To add mobility, try using the right hand to move the left foot, creating circles, moving the foot from side to side, or simply pulsing that foot towards the glute. This is a really great way to get a deeper stretch into the quad, and also I find that this is quite a hard pose to hold because it's quite intense, so it's nice to add a little bit of movement. Just take a few moments here, find that mobility, and then take one last squeeze here, really pull that heel as close to the glute as possible, and then release the foot, return the hand back to center, and step back when you're ready into downward facing dog. Hold for a breath here, and then inhale, take your 3-legged dog on the right leg again, bend the leg, heel comes towards the glute, and then step that right foot to the left side, coming into wild thing pose, flip dog, opening through the chest, the back and the belly, staying on your right tiptoes. Right arm can come behind the head, or maybe even take a mudra connecting the index and the thumb. Then come back into our three-legged dog, hold for a breath. Then thread that right leg underneath the body towards the left side, coming into collapsed triangle. Lifting the hips up, left arm comes to the sky, gaze to the sky. Hold here for a moment. And then to add a deeper stretch, place the left hand down, right arm comes up towards the sky, facing towards the right side this time, really getting into the right IT band. This is a really good, intense stretch for the side of the leg. Then return the right hand to center, and we're going to take a little mobility exercise. So we're going to dip the right knee down for 1, then inhale and straighten out that leg. Dip the knee down for 2, and inhale, straighten. Tap the knee down for 3. Inhale, straighten. Tap the knee down for 4. Inhale, straighten. One last time, tap the knee down and straighten through that right leg. Then this time, as the knee comes down, allow the hips to come down as well, coming into our pigeon pose. Square the hips to the top of the mat. You can stay upright on the hands, or you can come down onto your forearms, or even come down onto the chest, finding a comfortable position here. Make sure the left foot is in line with the left hip so that leg's nice and straight. Just find a little bit of mobility in the hips and relax for a moment. Rise up onto your hands. Then we're going to reach the left hand forward and thread the right arm underneath the left. You can stay here, or you can take a twisted prayer position with the upper body, left elbow pointing towards the sky. This is really getting in deep into the hip flexor, the right glute, the left psoas. So just stay here and find that deep stretch. Begin to return back to a neutral position, lifting the spine up towards the sky yet again. Then for our final stretch on this side, bend the left leg in towards the glute and tuck that foot into the crevice of the left elbow. Lift the right arm to the sky and then interlace your fingers over top of your head, coming into mermaid pose. Take your gaze up towards the sky, open through the chest. Feel that deep stretch in the left psoas, the left hip, and the right glute. This is a beautiful pose, so take a few moments to hold this. Reaching those fingers together, open through the chest. Hold for just a few more moments. Release the left foot down to the mat, and when you're ready, push up into a plank position. Step back into a downward facing dog. Hold here for a deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, lift your left leg towards the sky. Extend three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot to the left side of the mat. Right knee comes down, untuck the toes. Allow that left foot to roll onto the side, pushing the knee away with your left hand, opening through the chest, gazes up towards the sky. Find that deep inner thigh and hip opening, this time on the left side. Keeping that foot on the side, make your way down onto your forearms if that's within your practice, bowing your head down, set your gazes towards the mat. Again, this is going in deeper to the hip and into the right psoas. Now come up onto the hands and bring your left foot flat on the mat. Slowly begin to draw your right heel towards the right glute, reaching back with the left hand. Pull the heel in as much as you can. Remember, you can take those mobility stretches, so you can rock the foot from side to side as I'm demonstrating here. Take a few circles, keeping the toes pointed, going in one direction and then the other. You can just pulse the heel towards the glute, whatever feels good. This is a really great way to get into the quad without causing yourself too much pain holding the stretch. Just one more big squeeze here, pull the heel as close as you can, feel this in the quad, and then release the foot, release the left hand down to the mat. Then we're going to step back into our downward facing dog, straight into our three-legged dog. Bend that leg as much as you can, heel to the glute. And then step that left foot to the right side of the mat, lift the chest up to the sky, hips come to the sky, wild thing pose. Option to take that mudra with the left hand or take the hand behind the head to open up the chest further. Hold for another breath. Then begin to make your way back into our three-legged dog. Left hand comes down, left foot comes towards the glute. Then thread that left leg underneath the body, right arm comes to the sky, coming into our collapsed triangle. Gazes up to the sky to challenge your balance even further, lifting the hips up as high as you can, engaging through the core here. Then right hand comes down, left arm comes up to the sky this time, taking that twisted collapsed triangle, getting into that left IT band as much as you can. Hold for a deep breath here. Then return that hand back to center and let's take that mobility exercise. Dip that knee down towards the right side for 1. Inhale, straighten out. Dip the knee down and then extend. Dip down for 3. Inhale, extend. Dip the knee for 4. Exhale, extend. Dip the knee down for 5. Inhale, extend. And then this time as you dip the knee down towards the left side, we're going to settle down into our pigeon pose. Hips come all the way down. Square the hips to the top of the mat. Front leg is parallel to the hips. Back leg is in line with the hips. You can stay upright or come down onto your forearms, finding a comfortable position to hold and get in deep into the hip flexor and the glute. Now come up onto the hands, reach the left arm forward and thread the right arm underneath the left. Allow the right side of the cheek to come down to the mat. If you'd like to take a twisted prayer variation with the left elbow pointing towards the sky, then please do. This is an excellent way to get an even deeper into that right psoas. Just hold here, find that deeper stretch. Begin to return back into an upright position, and then when you're ready, we're going to take our final pose on this side, our mermaid pose. So allow that right foot to come in towards the body. Place that foot into the crevice of your right elbow. You can stay here or join your left hand over top of your head and reach for your right fingers, binding the fingers together, gaze to the sky. Left elbow comes to the sky, open through the chest, opening through the right hip flexor here. Release the fingers, left hand comes down to the mat, pull that heel in a little closer and then release the right foot down. Place both hands down, step back into plank and then push up into our downward facing dog. Hold here for a moment, find that opening in the chest yet again, and then allow the knees to come down slowly. Okay, once you meet me here, make your way into the back of your mat in a kneeling position. We're going to practice our split, so we're going to do one side first. Let's begin on the right side. So step that right foot forward, bring it up onto the heel, straighten out the leg, and then slowly using your hands, guide that leg forward, allow the hips to come down, coming into our splits on this side. Try and stay upright as much as you can, allow the hips to fall towards the mat, hold for another deep breath here. And then slowly placing your weight into your hands, step that front foot towards the body, back knee comes forward too, and then step back into our kneeling position. Let's do that this time on the left leg. So when you're ready, come up into a high kneel, step the left leg forward, come up onto the heel, and slowly slide that foot forward. Hands come down beside you. If you'd like to play around in this splits and maybe take a fold just to go a little bit deeper into the hips, then please do. Or if you're a little bit uncomfortable, you can come up onto a pillow or onto some yoga blocks just to aid your flexibility here. Hold for just another moment, you're almost done. And then slowly walk that foot in towards you and step back into our kneeling position. Wonderful. Place your hands now onto your feet and slowly draw your forehead down to the mat, taking a quick child's pose. Just relaxing the body here, centering the mind, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths before we begin with the practice again. This will just give you a nice stretch in the upper back as well, relaxing the hips after practicing the splits too. Hold for another deep inhale. And on your exhale, rise back up to our kneeling posture and make your way to the center of your mat. Once you meet me here, we're going to join the soles of the feet together, knees come apart. Place your hands onto your feet. And we're just going to take a nice little fold here. Just open up the hips slightly further. You can fold as far as you can, keep the chest open out in front of you, expanding through the collarbones. Take a few deep inhales and exhales, gazes down. If you'd like to go super deep into this stretch, you can bring the forehead all the way down to the mat, finding that stretch in the inner thighs and the hips. Release the hands from the feet and rise back to a neutral position. Then for our final ending pose, we're going to come into lotus. So left heel comes to the right hip, right heel comes to the left hip. Place your hands in your lap Or if you'd like, you can take a mudra, any mudra you want. We're just going to hold here, keeping the eyes closed, feeling the connection with the body to the ground. Take a moment to thank your body for allowing you to push yourself to go deep into your flexibility practice. Take those deep inhales and exhales through the nose, noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Inhale, draw your arms towards the sky, placing the hands together, and exhale, release the arms down beside the body. I'd like you to join me in saying Namaste just to close off the practice. I wish you love and light. Go about your days in peace. Namaste, everyone.